Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at the Zenfone Selfie. And this is a review unit that was sent to me by Asus, so we don't have anything here regarding the pricing, but the Zenfone Selfie comes in two variants. One model is with 3 gigabytes of RAM and one is with 2 gigabytes of RAM. The one we have is having 3 gigabytes of RAM, and this product is sold in India via Flipkart, and the 3 gigabyte variant sells for 18,000, whereas the 2 gigabyte variant will be selling for 16,000 rupees. So here we have the handset itself, and it's in this weird pink color. Crazy color. Anyways, if we move further down, we just have this user guide, and we have some accessories, just the USB cable and the power brick. So we don't have any earphones. I'm not sure if you would get that in the retail box, but this is what we get in the review unit. So let me keep these things to the side and let's look at the handset itself. And if you have seen other handsets by Asus, this one is also very similar to that. It's almost the same design, barring this front facing camera, which is also a 13 megapixel shooter, and also has a dual LED flash. And even the rear facing camera is a 13 megapixel shooter with dual tone LED flash, and it also has laser autofocusing system. And this is the volume rocker that we are seeing on the new Zenphones. That's the same, and the design is also, as you can see, the same. And the back can be opened, but the battery is sealed inside, if I'm not wrong. Let's look at it. Let's just take this out. This comes out. So the battery can be removed, so that's nice. So it's a 3000 milliamp hour battery that we have with this one. So it comes out, and we can add our two SIM cards. SIM card one goes over here. Above that, you can also add a micro SD card up to 64 gigabytes, and the second SIM goes over here. So let me put this back and let's try to do the first boot with this device. Regarding the screen, it sports the 5.5 inch 1080p screen that we have seen with earlier Zenphones. Also, it's the same. For example, even the Zenfone 2 Laser, which just sells for 10,000 rupees. It has a 720p panel, but it is also having a 5.5 inch screen. So it's the same, but this is a 1080p panel that we are getting. And according to Asus, this glass is Gorilla Glass 4. And we still have the same thing. We have touch type capacitive buttons at the bottom, that is back, home, and this is for again the multitasking. So this is the standard setup, and it runs on custom UI that is known as Zen UI, but it runs over Android Lollipop. So let me quickly just set this up and we'll continue. And it supports both the 2.4 gigahertz band as well as the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band. So let me just continue. And it runs over Android Lollipop. So I'll just skip these screens and continue when it's done. And we also get 100 gigabytes of Google Drive with this one. So, and it says Inspire Asus. So I'll just skip this, skip data transfer, and we should be done. Yes, we are almost done. And let me adjust the brightness. Let me remove the auto brightness sensor. It has an auto brightness sensor. Let me just remove that. And that way the screen looks nice. Again, it runs the Asus Zen UI, and it's a custom skin, but it does offer a lot of functions. And if you go to about the device, as you can see, it's running on the Android version 5.0.2, which is Android Lollipop. And as I mentioned, this is the version with 3 gigabytes of RAM. Hence, regarding internal storage, it has 32 gigabytes of internal storage. And out of that 32 gigabytes, we get 24.88 gigabytes of space available to us. And we can also add a micro SD card up to 64 gigabytes. So in terms of storage, you should not have any issues. And if we go to display, again, it has that auto brightness sensor, and it also has a LED notification light, and we can adjust the screen colors if you want. So if you want vibrant, and you can even control the color temperature. So that is nice. And before we continue, let me give you a configuration overview. This Asus Zenfone Selfie is powered by the Snapdragon 615 chipset, which is an octa-core processor clocked at 1.7 GHz. Regarding the GPU, it has the Adreno 305. Regarding RAM, as I mentioned, the version we are using has 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of internal storage. It has a 5.5-inch IPS grade 1080p screen with Gorilla Glass 4 protection. It also has a micro SD card slot, NFC support. Moving towards the camera, it has a 13 megapixel rear facing camera with laser autofocusing system. And moving to the front facing camera, that is also a 13 megapixel camera with dual tone LED flash. Moving towards the battery, it's a 3000 milliamp hour battery and it runs Android Lollipop out of the box. So in terms of specs, it is really good, but it'll be interesting to see how will this Snapdragon 615 chipset perform. So I will be surely testing that, and let's go to the all, and we have quite a few apps that are pre-installed on this. So there is quite a bit of bloatware, but you can uninstall some of these apps. So let us actually now fire up the Google browser. And initial impressions, it is snappy, though it's running that custom skin. So looks like the experience should be good. So this is the default keyboard that we get, and we also have a number row. And this should go to the mobile version. And let's force it to desktop. Again, as you can see, it's nice. And regarding the screen quality looks to be nice. And even the viewing angles seem to be good, as you can see. Let us also see if USB OTG is supported. I'm sure it should be supported, but let's just check this one. And I've plugged in the USB OTG drive, and yes, it detected that, so it should work. Let's see, as it says external storage inserted. Let's open it up, and we have a built-in file manager. So let's do one thing. Let's try to play a video. Let's try to play this video. We'll use the default video player and we'll maximize the volume just once. Oh, so the built-in player. Let's try to play this file. So it's loud. I think so. Auto rotation is disabled. Let me actually enable. Yeah, it's there. The speaker is okay. It's not the loudest, but it is definitely loud compared to earlier Zenphones. But still, it's just a single rear firing speaker that we have. So it does support USB OTG out of the box, so that's a good thing. Now let's also quickly look at the camera, which is a highlighting point about this device. So let's fire up the camera. And the rear facing camera actually has, it says tutorial, I'll just skip that. And remember, no thanks. So it also has that laser autofocusing system. So as you can see, so that was fast. You can just tap in. Again, I noticed that if you use tap to focus, it is slow. If you just leave it like this, automatically it tries to focus fast. But when I'm hitting the tap to focus, it is taking a second. That was also the same problem even with the Asus Zenfone 2 laser. So actually you shouldn't use the tap to focus. And let's also look at the front facing camera. So this, we have the beautification and stuff. So this is the front facing camera. And the shutter speed is fast, as you can see. Oops, what is it doing? Yeah. So it's not as fast as the rear facing camera. Definitely it waits for a second. Whereas the rear facing camera is a lot faster. Let's just move out of this one. And we also have a lot of modes, as you can see, but I will be testing the camera a lot more, and I'll include my opinion in my full reviews. So that's it for now for this unboxing and overview for this Zenfone Selfie. If you have any specific questions around this device, do post them in the YouTube comments and I'll try to include them in my review. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video.